Is it finally time to start picking through the rubble of last year's broken IPOs? Some of the stocks that came public last year and then imploded are really starting to get some traction. Take Amplify snack brands. That's symbol BETTER, B-E-T-R. The maker of so-called better-for-you snack foods, like Skinny Pop popcorn. You've had that. And Pocky tortilla chips. I will admit that Skinny Pop can be totally addictive. We've been eating it for weeks since we got some here. But Amplify IPO'd at a very inopportune time, coming public in early August at $18. Just for all things growth-oriented or speculative, suddenly went out of style. That's a big reason why the stock, actually the main reason why the stock ended up plunging 36% by the end of 2015, only falling as low as $9 and change in mid-January, almost cut in half from its IPO price. However, in the last couple of months, Amplify snack brands has rebounded with a vengeance, shooting back up to 13 and change as of today, in part thanks to the fact that the company reported better than expected quarter 3 weeks ago with fabulous full-year guidance. Plus, given that Amplify is growing its sales at an amazing 40% clip, I think the stock seems very cheaper, 17.5 times next year's earnings. Oh, and let's not forget that the big packaged food companies are now in love with acquiring small, healthy food plays like this one. So why don't we take a closer look with Tom Ennis? He's the president and CEO of Amplify Snack Brands. Find out more about his company and how it's doing and where it's headed. Mr. Ennis, welcome to We Have Money. Good to see you, sir. Have a seat. Jim. All right, Tom, I got to tell you, I'm astounded. You know, I've done the food business, done a lot of business in my life. And when I see a company like this, the first thing I said was like, okay, well, the stock got cut in half. They must be losing fortunes. You're making a lot of money.
Yeah, we're a great business, right? We're not just a great brand.
It's not just a brand.
Right, it's not a great brand. It's a great business, right? We actually have great margins, great EBITDA, and we've got great growth. We've kind of got the whole deal.
Right. Now, I think that you got tapped. You're one of the reasons I'm so glad that you come on, because there's a belief that companies just aren't, that the market's overvalued, overheated. But your growth rate and what I thought was most important, your historical growth metrics, long-term operating metrics, are the best in the industry of all the natural and organics.
Right. Well, Jim, we're taking advantage of two of the biggest mega trends in food, right? It's snacking and it's better for you. And you put those two things together and it's pretty much magic, right? Consumers are snacking more and more and more. You look at that millennial group, 80 million of them, they're snacking 4, 5, 6 times a day. It's a way of life, and they care what they're eating.
All right, when they care what they're eating, meaning that I can have how many, look, there's still some, it's non-GMO, okay, gluten-free, non-artificial, but it can also be a little fattening.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to do portion control, even though it's natural organic.
Yeah, when we talk about better for you, we think consumers have moved on from thinking about diet, right, and dietary restriction. What they really want are clean, simple, transparent ingredients. They want to know what they're eating, right? They'll manage their calories, but they want to know it's important to them what they're putting in their bodies.
All right, now, you're an entrepreneur, and we're trying to celebrate entrepreneurialism on the show. How do you get into one of these stores? I mean, you can't just knock on the door of a Whole Foods and say, look, do you go to Expo? Do you show off your product? How do you get started?
Yeah, we do that, but a lot of times it's getting in that one door, right?
How?
If you get in that one door.
Who did you knock? Whose door did you knock on?
Yeah, you knocked on. It was really, the entrepreneurs, the founders of Skinny Pop started small with places like Walgreens, and they gave them an opportunity, and then they showed the power of the brand. The velocity is incredible, and that's how quickly it turns off the shelf. And then once there, you have a little bit of data. And then you show that little bit of data to retailer after retailer after retailer, and it creates a groundswell.
Okay, now the average viewer does not know what velocity means. Explain to the people the value that you bring to a supermarket.
Yeah, so what we bring, a lot of times they're looking at profitability per square foot, right? And so the retailers make what we call penny profit on our business. That's how much money they make on each sale. And if the product turns very quickly off the shelf, the more money they make. And so we have a product that turns phenomenally well. Retailers love us, and consumers absolutely love us.
Okay, now I thought that tortilla chips is a crowded field. Why go into that one?
Yeah, so it's a big field, number one. It's almost a $5 billion category that's screaming for a better for you, great tasting brand. So there's just not a lot out there that's considered better for you. So again, non-GMO corn, nothing artificial, just great ingredients.
Now, if you do not get your stock price up, there are companies that are desperate for natural organic. I don't think you want to sell yet. I mean, what do you do? I guess you just got to get some brokers to say, listen, do you see that this is so much cheaper than a lot of the packaged food companies you follow?
Well, look, we're having fun doing what we're doing, right? We're seeing a lot of success. We're keeping our heads down and just executing against our strategy. If someone came and approached us, well, obviously we consider that from a shareholder value perspective, but we're having too much fun doing this.
What's next on the agenda besides popcorn and tortillas?
Yeah, so this year is all about building out the portfolio. We've got some innovation coming on Skinny Pop in the second half of the year beyond popcorn, and we're also looking at some M&A opportunities as well.
Oh, okay, now, Tom, to some degree, there's a zero sum. I mean, who are you dislodging? Because I already have a crowded popcorn aisle at my Kings. I mean, someone's getting booted.
Yeah, so it's not really other popcorn companies, right? So popcorn categories up about 20% year to date. It's over $1 billion now. And so what's losing are more traditional salty snacks, right? They're making room in the supermarket shelf.
And how, when I walk in at my Kings, are you the first thing I see? How did you get that location?
Because people love this brand, right? They love the brand, and and the retailers know that if they put it on promotion and they have a great deal, that they're going to bring more consumers into their store.
Oh, I want to leave it on that note. That's terrific. That's Tom Maness, President and CEO of Amplify Snack Brands. I got to tell you guys, this is the cheapest of the packaged good companies that I follow. It's got the best growth. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.